The following program is rated MA and may contain themes that may not be appropriate for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hip-hop, trendsetters, the school of hard knocks and that attitude era. Yeah, I just wanted to be one of the best. Holding the mic as I'm yelling out D-Generation X. I will remember it. I never forget it. We've come a pretty long way. There's so much I could say. It's never really gone away.
Welcome everyone to the Raw Patrol, the last word. We emanate from Detroit, Michigan. So come check us all out. I'm Chris Parrish. Everybody else has made it, so I took the lead. That isn't legit. That's kayfabe. But everyone, how are we doing?
Doing very well, thank you.
We're starting off with the Raw tribute to Hulk Hogan tonight.
Why? Oh, Bischoff's there. But why? I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand that they want to show tribute, but this is a go-home show. I'm already going to start off on that note.
Wasn't really expecting a somber note there, but at the same time, I do get it. I get like the Raw superstar didn't get their chance to grieve, and this is their way of doing it.
I mean, I get you did it on SmackDown, but I don't know if this is what you need to do on this episode of Raw. I understand the respects. I understand everything. But the show must go on. That's what we always been taught. Like, I want to get up in chaos. I want to get like CM Punk and Gunther just hitting each other. I want all that right off the bat. I don't want to start it on this note.
And yeah, Bulkster, his son was there. Nick Hogan was front and center with Bischoff. I guess this is as good as time as any to say, though, if you want our personal tribute to the Hulkster, tune in tomorrow night for a Turnbuckle Talk.
Yeah. What do you mean song of contemporary tribute?
But to answer Bulkster's question, any of you know who sings this song? The song is called Ordinary, and it's sung by a guy by the name of Alex Warren.
And since they're going into a break already, let's get it right off the bat. Let's check out some videos from Turnbuckle Studios.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today, because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And that website to go to is turnbucklestudios.org. It is absolutely there right below us. So if you have any other questions, concerns, or you want to take that next step forward, please visit that website and email us as soon as possible because we are awaiting your email.
I feel like I'm awaiting a lot of emails today.
I would like the email to say when Raw's going to start.
Right.
Oh, not starting right away as we've got an overhead shot. Oh, they're building the set for WrestleMania. Or I mean SummerSlam.
Yeah, the official 2-night event of SummerSlam, the first time in company history, will be brought to you from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And if you want to catch it with us, make sure to check in on the Turnbuckle Studios both Saturday and Sunday for your viewing of the PLE Patrol, as Turnbuckle Studios has you covered on nights 1 and 2.
And SummerSlam, we'd be remiss if we forgot to mention that it is hosted by Cardi B.
I'm not going to be remiss.
So let us remind you then.
See that sound there? That's me driving off because I don't care about Cardi B.
Nor do I, but we are getting Jey Uso coming out right off the hop here to open the show.
How the hell did he get up there so fast? Well, I guess he had like a 5-minute head start.
So is this how we're going to open the show, with Jey Uso and Bronson Reed? Or, because I thought this would be the main event.
I think the tag titles are going to be the main event.
Probably still can be your main event, though, as he doesn't necessarily have everything on to compete right now.
Right.
But this is where we could see the Roman Reigns segment. This is where we could see that involvement in all four. I don't see why we couldn't get an absolute explosive start. But then again, I revise that comment and reiterate. I can't understand why we couldn't get a hot start to Monday Night Raw tonight.
Right. Oh, yeah, they are saying tonight, so it doesn't look like it's going to be what's starting.
No, we don't have the matching vest with the pants from Jay. We need our 20 minutes of eating.
Right.
I mean, I guess if you're going to start Raw with the somber note of Hulk Hogan and remembering Cam, you need to uplift him with this. It does make sense in that way, so I can understand it, but
Do we see Jey Uso doing the Shawn Michaels 10 years from now, and I'm out of breath? I got to catch my breath.
he already somewhat did that.
He looked out of breath once he saw Paul Heyman walking out.
No, he somewhat did that at the beginning when he was by the surrounding part of the ring. The barrier. That's the word I couldn't get 5 seconds ago. There we go. The main event of the night will be Jey Uso versus Big Bronson Reed, as per Paul Heyman. That's not a prediction. That's a prophecy, said by Paul Heyman. Is he foreshadowing the name of his group?
Not gonna lie, I kind of like that name for the group. Some choice words from Paul Heyman there. Still waiting for that response from one Jey Uso, though.
Almost like he's foreshadowing an attempt to reel him in.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso responds to Paul Heyman saying, "You don't think I can do this without Roman? I do it for myself. I became World Heavyweight Champion for myself."
Did I mishear, or did Jay just drop an F-bomb?
He dropped an F-bomb and the word shit.
And now that's on the show.
Yeah.
Karl, I'm sorry, even though he wants on all of his broadcasts, no cursing.
We had this discussion last night, OMD.
Yes, but it was in the context because, yes, he dropped the F-bomb and the other word.
This is why your vacation was unpaid.
It really wasn't a vacation. It was a suspension.
Oh, no, he had fun. It's a vacation. Yep. But we do have Gunther's message for CM Punk later tonight. And coming up, we have the World Tag Titles. LWO versus Judgment Day. We battled it out on the locker room of who we thought was going to become champions. We will find out later tonight. Alongside an 8-woman tag team match, pitting Nikki Bella, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Stephanie VAQUER going up against NAOMI, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, and ALBA FYRE, also known as the Secret Harvest. But how about we get phenomenal, shall we?
So I'm going to guess Nikki Bella is back for like a bit of a run. I'm going to assume. I thought it was just a one-off or a two-off kind of deal she was doing.
You were the one that pointed it out last week that she wants to come back and prove to herself that she can still do it and let her child see her wrestle.
Yeah, but I thought it was just going to be like the 2 matches that we had seen her do. But 6-person mixed tag match. A lot of emphasis on the women tonight. I kind of like it.
Yes, it's been a recurring theme of a lot of emphasis on the females on Raw of late. And I'm here for it.
Well, if anybody was living under a Dwayne Johnson and didn't see how much Evolution absolutely kicked down the doors and said, in the words of one page, "This is my house," the women clearly stated that they are the face that runs the place. Sorry, Alan James. That's right, I'm calling you by the wrong name on multiple accounts. But the women have definitely set the bar, and even that Sheamus and Cesaro couldn't even drink out of. But we are now getting reviewed to how this Intercontinental match came to be, and that was a sneak attack by one Dominic Mysterio after admitting that he is now cleared and taking a little cheap shot at AJ Styles. And the rumored match seems to be true, and that is AJ Styles tagging up with the Kabuki Warriors. And it looks like they are going up against Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, and one Dominic Mysterio. Wasn't sure if this was a legit source or not. It's probably why we didn't talk about it on the locker room breakdown, but
We didn't know about it. This match was a surprise to us, as when AJ made his intro, they said that it was going to be a 6-person mixed tag match.
well, that means that I am definitely happy about where I look, because I heard about it. I just wasn't sure if it was legit. Nothing was confirmed on WWE's source, so why would I think any different? But I am very much happy to see it. The only thing I will put up is, should we see the Kabuki Warriors in this place, or should we see Charlotte and Alexis Bliss?
I was going to ask that exact same question, but I suppose you could be looking at future contenders in the Kabuki Warriors, depending on who wins the tag titles. Even though if Charlotte and Alexa can win, they can still defend against the Kabuki Warriors somewhere else down the line.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Charlotte and Alexa Bliss defeat the Kabuki Warriors to earn their shot?
That they did.
So
It was, no, the Kabuki Warriors were the ones, I believe, pinned at Evolution, and then the next night on Raw, they had a tag team title match and lost.
Yeah, that's what Parrish was saying.
But they didn't lose to Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah, at Evolution they did. That was the match for the number one contendership.
now a golden trail we see with Roxanne, Raquel, and Dominic. I mean, this one feels like it has all the gears as it has all the RPM. And Rodriguez, Perez, and Mysterio. Seems
Love
like
it.
Thank you. As they motor their way down the aisles of Detroit, setting themselves up for their 6-person tag match. Question is, do we see Charlotte and Alexa Bliss get involved in this match in any way?
I really don't think so, because they haven't gotten involved with anything that has been going on Raw. Could they be there? It's a possibility. I really don't think they are.
Oh, Dominic's starting off with a cheap shot there.
I love it. I love it. The best thing about this I love is Dominic starts it, and he has a great way of just not caring about it afterwards.
And then he tags Raquel in just to raise the ire of AJ a little bit more.
Well, he's just telling AJ, look, you don't want none. He's pacing around. I wonder if Dominic Mysterio is trying to get one AJ Styles to curse the way OMD did earlier.
Now, the way, with what we saw over the weekend as well in AAA and the Super Shows in Mexico City, do we see some repercussions in this match for Dom?
Why? AAA is owned by WWE.
You know,
Dominic Mysterio is literally just showing up at a WWE event.
yes, but could we see a Vikingo come in and get involved in this match? Could we see, I mean, again, El Grande Americano, as he does have a AAA Triple Mania main event match.
Or even Dragon Lee, who's also a part of that match as well. And I would not bet against Dragon Lee because his stablemates are just facing off against Dom's stablemates later tonight for those World Tag Team titles.
Innovative offense there from Raquel and Roxanne.
Well, that kind of answers my thoughts on the locker room breakdown. The cohesiveness between Roxanne and Raquel seemed to be there. And that's my question going into SummerSlam is, are they going to overlook the cohesiveness that Alexa and Charlotte have been showing?
I don't think so. There seems to be a buy-in from both Raquel and Roxanne in this tag team. And I think if anyone knows what it's like to be an unexpected pairing, it's the two of them. Plus, I don't know what kind of scenario you would ever think about not giving Charlotte Flair your full attention.
Right?
What a gentleman Dominic Mysterio is pulling out Roxanne Perez, that female, making sure there's no harm being done. Wow. Same cannot be said about Raquel Rodriguez and her boot. What was? We all saw that hair pull.
We did.
Come on, ref.
Okay.
Where's your call? Where's the warning?
Yeah, where's the warning on this hair pull by Roxanne Perez? A little bit of a taste of her own her own medicine there.
Well, the remedy is more cowbell, and it's going to be served cold from Raquel Rodriguez. See, and this is a time where I think you can have AJ Styles get that win over Dominic Mysterio. Just to have everybody think that it's going to be a phenomenal choice to pick AJ Styles over Dom.
I believe if AJ wins at SummerSlam, that would make him a Grand Slam champion as well, would it not?
Why? He's already been Intercontinental Champion. Pandemic days, dude.
Yeah. He was a U.S. champ too at one time, was he? Was he not?
Yes.
Sure was. He defeated Kevin Owens for it.
Yeah.
He won it at the house show in Madison Square Garden.
Yep. And then when did the AJ Styles U.S. Open Challenge, and even offered John Cena a title match.
That was prior to the pandemic days.
Yep.
I believe that was 2018, I want to say.
Yeah, that would have been right after the feud with Nakamura then.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask your guys' thoughts about where we look at Roxanne Perez. And I remember going to the San Antonio Rumble and everyone's like, we got to call up Roxanne Perez. She's ready now. She's ready now. She's ready now. But the way I see how Roxanne Perez is taking her time, being very, very much in the moment and not letting the moment overtake what she's doing, it seemed like that those years in NXT and that heel turn paid off huge for her. And I think the right move was exactly what they're doing, because she looks like a seasoned vet already on Monday Night Raw. But I'm curious to how you guys feel about Roxanne Perez and her development.
I really changed my perspective because I was one of those ones at the San Antonio Rumble saying, you've got to call her up. She's ready. And I mean, don't get me wrong, because I've been a fan of hers since her days as Roxy in Ring of Honor. But I loved seeing the character development, the growth, and all of that over her time in NXT and this heel turn. So I agree with you, Parrish, here in this situation. And I'm loving this for Roxanne. I'm waiting, depending on what happens at SummerSlam, is Roxanne the next one to put into that Intercontinental title spot?
Could be, but I'm also with you, Parrish, on that one too. Because like when everybody was saying call her up, I thought she could be ready. But at the same time, on that flip side, I was thinking about who would replace her, like who would step in to fill those shoes as the top woman on NXT. At that time, I didn't think that there was anybody that was ready to fill those shoes. So giving her that 1 year to fully develop herself even more as the star as we see her now, that was the better move, to keep her down there to do that. Because yeah, when she came up and had that first match on the main roster, she already felt like a seasoned star coming into that first matchup.
Yeah, and let's not gloss over the fact that what we're watching right now is a very solid 6-person tag matches. Dominic Mysterio is utilizing the situation to his advantage to a T, as he has taken every cheap shot to AJ Styles and collecting the crowd response, who is eating it up. Detroit has bought in completely in a sold-out Monday Night Raw, might I add. As we have now seen AJ Styles, and he is taking absolutely no shortcut in getting to the finish line with Dominic Mysterio. And yes, the puns of racing are here. We are in Detroit, everybody. It's the Motor City for a reason.
Yes.
As AJ Styles is wearing his best Detroit Red Wing colors. And just like him, Detroit Add some black, will you? On a third, alternate, something. Just come on.
Yeah. Oh, now Roxanne protecting Dom.
No. Julia? Juliet, sorry. I thought he said Julia coming to the aid. Wouldn't be the first time Michael Cole has called somebody by the wrong name.
I mean, the Candice Michelle debacle.
Right?
But I was going to say before AJ got his hands on Dom, we've seen AJ that was amazing. Wow. But we've seen AJ get under the under the skin of Dom over the last couple of weeks. I thought that this was the chance for Dom to get under the skin of AJ, which he clearly did.
He did. What a fantastic match. What a fantastic finish. And I mean, that throw from AJ with Kyrie.
The air she got off of that was just, pun intended, phenomenal.
Right?
Yes, we might have seen the resurrection of one Air Styles here tonight. But let's just say that Nike, you might want to think about sponsoring this, because nobody would have done Air Jordan more proud than the Kabuki Warriors and AJ Styles when it comes to flying. We get previewed with the match between Rusev and Sheamus last week, where Sheamus tied up their series 1-1 now. Seems like it's a recurring theme with multiple matches here, but could we see this maybe make official next Monday?
I think so. And I remember last week when talking about this, I'm like, do we see a Shillelagh on a pole match or something like that? Well, it looks like we're getting Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. It's been a hot minute since Grayson's had a match on Raw.
Yes, it has.
And maybe Grayson, after the disappearing act from the New Day, he's looking for new friends. We're getting it now. Oh, I'm glad that they put the earlier tonight sign up.
With the revelation last week that Theory is hurt and that tag team is done, is that an angle? Do we see Theory actually show up tonight?
Not tonight, but definitely an angle.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Rusev playing a huge factor in this match. You can't expect Rusev to lose a match and then be okay with it. I think there's going to be some consequences to Sheamus. Because in Rusev's mind, how dare Sheamus beat him?
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know why, but I have Grayson Theory pulling out the win here. Or Grayson Waller putting out the win here. That's how relevant he is. I called him by his tag name, too. This is how long it's been since he's been on TV in a match.
Right.
Oh, and Sheamus is pandering to the crowd.
No, he's got to figure out a way to waste the 2-minute commercial break right now.
There we go. Pie face Michael Cole. Maybe showcase his phone. As we all know, he's probably watching the Mets game. He's admitted that he's going to be watching the Mets game. So, I mean, I don't know if you can show that on Netflix, but.
Yeah, speaking of baseball, good thing I'm not watching the Jays game. They're down 10-4 right now.
Oh, they suck anyway. But you know who doesn't? Celtic Warrior. He is coming off from a win. Something that tomorrow the Blue Jays can't say they will be doing. That even got an appreciation response. I mean, I like to think that this is the time you could use to help advertise your gigantic PLE coming up in a few days.
Yeah, we've got 2 nights. SummerSlam, guys.
Yes, we do.
Double the nights, double the fun.
And he's back to giving Michael Cole a hug.
I think razzing Michael Cole's become the new trend.
And it started with Bailey.
Well, it started with DX.
True.
If you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Grayson Waller, because he's coming out right now. And it's 2025. We don't advertise you doing the other one. So, we're back on Raw with the live show. Great timing.
And Jameer Gibbs of the Detroit Lions in the audience.
Yeah. I regret not drafting him. That's Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal Hill of the UFC.
Yeah.
That's a different way of smelling that name.
And I read somewhere that Jameer Gibbs has promised all of the Lions fans a refund. He would personally refund them if the Lions lost at home.
And I read somewhere that right now we've got Sheamus and Grayson Waller about to fight in the ring.
Yes, we do. Grayson Waller doing the fantastic strategy of ducking out only to get this quote-unquote sneak attack on Sheamus.
I mean, that's what you go to attempt to do when you're in the ring against a guy like Sheamus.
You do.
I mean, Grayson Waller is looking absolutely ripped right now. But I do find he needs to simplify some offense. Because I don't know if he needs to do a somersault in every big move that he does.
No, he really doesn't.
But I have to say, Grayson Waller never won for having one of the best physiques in pro wrestling, but he is looking absolutely insane right now. Does that not come from benefit of tagging with one of the best physiques in Austin Theory?
I think it does.
I would have to say, yeah.
Not a lot of people work harder in the gymnasium than Austin Theory.
Uh-oh. And Waller just woke Sheamus up with that slap across the face.
Yep, sometimes you don't have to ask everyone what five fingers say to the face, but Grayson Waller felt a little froggy. That could be why he wore the color green tonight.
And Waller just got a taste of his own medicine with the slap of Sheamus's own.
And that might be the least impactful move Sheamus gives Waller
That's
tonight.
right. And the rolling senton on the outside.
I believe he calls that white noise, does he not?
No. White noise is an air raid crash.
Definitely calls that something because he usually does it from the second rope,
Mm-hmm.
the top rope.
But Waller using the ring as a weapon right now, and it's working out just fine for Waller. That knee to the face isn't working out fine for Waller, though.
I was going to say, this is perhaps the longest Grayson Waller match I have ever seen.
He's had longer matches in NXT. But now he's in a whole heap of trouble right now. Looking at Waller as he's trying to recover from those chest beats, he's got this like, oh my god, that hurt kind of look on his face.
Sheamus setting up here for the bro kick.
Well, Sheamus takes the win, but he's not going to look like a winner here.
No, he's not. After eating that shillelagh to the back.
Well, usually when you look like a Sesame Street character, I wouldn't say you look like much of a winner anyway.
Right?
You got to pull his arms, not that loosen the grip.
I was kind of laughing at Jessica Carr trying to pull Rusev off there. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Why? She's very strong.
This is true, but
better attempt than what the other guy did.
Yeah, at least she had like her whole like arms wrapped around trying to yank him off.
I meant the first one. Exactly, wasn't having any success.
Oh, I see what you mean. He wasn't even really trying.
He was pushing on the shoulder. Come on, dude. What side are you on?
And had his other hand on Sheamus's arm.
Are you impartial or are you just an imposter? Speaking of impressive, we have the new Women's World Champion Naomi on our screen.
That proceed with caution end line is really starting to pick up there because I heard the crowd chanting along with her.
Yep.
Well, it's because Naomi is picking up. And the fans do not want to put down the thought of her not coming out of SummerSlam still champion because they know what she's been doing as of late has been much of a warning sign that she is here to stay. But we did get a visual of Lyra Valkyria making her way down the hall. What does Lyra have in store? And what can we expect from her later tonight?
I'm very curious about what she has to say. As we're looking at a quick preview for the WWE Unreal series debuting tomorrow on Netflix.
But as we look at what's in store, how about we showcase to you what's in store every day of the week with Turnbuckle Studios?
Let's do it.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And as you want to grieve with the New Day in their quest to bring back the World Tag Team Championship, we invite you to visit turnbucklestudios.org. Sponsored to you by the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And one thing you can definitely check out and be thankful for is the fact if you go on karlkarufel.redbubble.com, you yourself can get products that have the logos of everything Turnbuckle Affiliation Program related, whether it's a show, whether it's Turnbuckle Studios itself. Everything's there. And if you want to know what you can get it on, well, just like that hot sauce, you could put that you-know-what on anything. So go check out karlkarufel.redbubble.com. So we get some facts about WWE in Detroit. It's the 20th Monday Night Raw. First Raw since April of 2022. And they hosted WrestleMania 3 at the Pontiac Silver Dome and attendance of 93,173, which saw the largest slam in the world. But this weekend, we will see the largest Summer Slam of the world. But that couldn't be done without the immortal Hulk Hogan, as we make sure we remember his legacy, his life. As we now hear from multiple superstars of their memories of the man that betrayed WCW in '96.
I still love when Heenan made that call for whose side is he on when he made his presence felt. And I know that Heenan wasn't supposedly to say that line, but at the same time, it was Heenan being Heenan. Heenan never trusted Hulk Hogan to begin with. So
I'll also kind of go to bat for Bobby Heenan on this one because he is doing the job of a reporter, which is the job of the announce team in a way, right?
yeah.
The live crowd has no idea what Bobby Heenan just said, so they're just as surprised as anybody when it happens.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say rubbish, doesn't mean it actually happens.
In an interview, Eric Bischoff recently stated that Heenan actually ad-libbed that line because he kept it a surprise from the announcers.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted them to be shocked.
And it clearly didn't take away from it.
No, it didn't.
Because I think the visual outweighs the speculation. It was Hulkamania coming to an end.
Yep. I believe it actually added to it.
Oh, eventually, yes. But speaking of eventually adding, what an ad Paul Heyman had when he brought in who we see on our screen right now in Big Bronson Reed. As he takes on main event Jey Uso. And ironically, the main event of Monday Night Raw. Is it just me or does Braun Breaker look like steroids if it was a person? Like he just has that weird energy about him that doesn't look natural.
I mean, you're not far off there. I mean, it feels like he's a combination of both his dad and his uncle. And his dad used to make some really awkward looks that looked really weird as well whenever Scott would be doing a promo.
As we're joined by the first ever Intercontinental Champion on the women's side, Lyra Valkyria is making her way down the aisle, dressed in Detroit blue. We hear what she plans for the current Intercontinental Champion, the man, Becky Lynch, in her no DQ, no count out match at SummerSlam.
You know, we asked, where does Bayley fit in at SummerSlam? Does Bayley factor into this promo at all tonight, based off of what we saw last week?
Well, that's what I'm wondering for why Lyra is out there. I'm wondering, do we see Bayley announce her involvement in some form or fashion in this match?
Now, I know we've seen Bianca Belair put as the special referee between Naomi and Jade Cargill at Evolution. So I wouldn't say let's make Bayley the special referee in this match. But whether it's ring announce or whether it's commentary, whether it's enforcer, could we see something in a similar yet different role?
I think we absolutely could, and I think the enforcer idea probably works the best.
Buddy, check out the shoes on Lyra. They might be taller than me. Oh my god.
That's a different way to block a sneak attack.
Lyra is showcasing that she is not overlooking any angle when it comes to Becky Lynch. As Becky Lynch had her music play, is looking for a sneak attack, but Lyra caught her and absolutely took her to town with that kendo stick.
I think the last time I saw A kendo stick splinter like that. Steve Blackman was the one using it.
Right?
I think the last time I saw that was maybe the Hell in a Cell between Becky and Sasha.
That too. Interesting little exchange of words between Cross and Sami Zayn there.
Absolutely, it was. And now a very, very minor stipulation added to that match on both sides where Sami has to say Cross told the truth. If Cross wins and if Sami wins, Cross has to say he was wrong.
You mean if Sami wins, he says he was wrong?
Yeah.
You said if Cross and Sami wins.
Oh.
But we picked up what you're putting down. So, again, what we talked about on the breakdown earlier tonight kind of came into fruition. As we said, we wanted something else in this match. And now it's not gigantic, but it's now something that we concrete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whether it's We find out if Cross lied or told the truth. With either way, and Cross does say that if he loses, he will leave Sami Zayn alone.
Yep.
And if
So
that's the case, I kind of think Karrion goes on to AJ Styles afterwards, because he's been after AJ a bit too, for that same reason.
he was, but that sort of has really fallen by the wayside. So I don't know if you want to dive back into that or if you want to give Cross a new target.
So when it comes to SummerSlam, we will find out whether or not Karrion Kross tells the truth or does he lie. We will find out if Sami Zayn has what it takes to keep his moral code to prove that Karrion Kross is a liar, or does his moral code come as his biggest obstacle and costs himself an opportunity to prove what he has been fighting for.
Yeah, and based off that promo, I kind of get a feeling that pipe that Cross had handed to Sammy is going to factor into into the match somehow.
100% it will.
Will we see something of light where, very similar to the title with Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, does Sami Zayn have an opportunity with the lead pipe and choose against it, and that causes himself the win? Or does he learn that he needs to find that dark side to be Karrion Kross? And could he use the lead pipe to his win? And then just say, anyway, Kross, you told the truth, but now leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's giving all the more reason for me to start looking forward to that match, as I am looking forward to every match on the SummerSlam card this weekend.
Yes. I have to ask, as you alluded to, with that pipe potentially coming into play, could we see Sami Zayn revert back to the great liberator type of character when he was with Shinsuke and Cesaro?
I don't think it'll go that far, but maybe a quick shade here and there.
That promo from Bailey just leads me to believe that she is going to find her way involved in that women's intercontinental title match in some way.
Is it the Intercontinental title match, or does she find her way in involvement in any situation?
See, that's the other thing too, because this promo was cut in the middle of this Naomi match that we've got coming up here. So
I'm going to put this out there. This coming Friday, I believe we have a women's U.S. championship match with Julia and Zelina Vega. Could Bailey find her way into that?
But that's not an involvement at SummerSlam. That's the concern here. Sorry, Parrish, you were saying?
Yeah, I don't know if she's going to concern herself with something on SmackDown because, yeah, as you said, that doesn't concern SummerSlam. Is that she stated in her promo she's going to miss WrestleMania and SummerSlam. I kind of also wonder if maybe Bailey and Cardi B are involved, and maybe she beats up her.
Then I just became even more fan of Bailey.
But hear me out. We know that all these celebrities now want to train, and they get an opportunity over the hardworking local independent wrestlers. So you should go and love and support. But if Cardi B is ever to have a WWE match, who better than going up against Bailey? No one? Okay, cool. We got RHEA Ripley on our screen now. Oh, look at that black and gold. Beautiful color combination, might I add. Just looks terrific every time you see it. Stop with this purple. She has gold. Now I got to ask you guys a question. If the three of us were scheduled to have this epic triple threat match at a gigantic event, OMD Chris Best, would you be even pairing up with each other days before?
I'm going to say yes, because you want to protect your opponent to make sure that they don't get hurt, to cost themselves the spot in the match or cost you, and make sure that they can give it that 100%.
And I'm going to go on the flip side and say no, because I'd rather my opponent be beaten and weakened before the match so that I have the easy win.
You could say easy win, but you're also giving your other opponent, which would be me, the same percentage of an easy win.
Exactly.
So you're now up. You would be then upping your chance of, or lowering your chance of winning.
So we had a slightly neutron from RHEA, as we did not get the word brutality coming across the screen tonight.
Actually, we did.
Yeah, we did. We just didn't see it shown. But we did say the ality on one side, because they showed it from a side angle.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-hoo.
I don't know why, but for some reason, Naomi's in-ring gear kind of reminds me of the Crash Test Dummies.
Yes.
From the old PSA ads.
Not the band, people. Not the band. Yeah, but unlike those individuals, they didn't tell people to proceed with caution, but Naomi does, which means she has a golden reason to why she is better than them.
I love Chelsea's uncertainty about getting in the ring with RHEA right now.
Alba Fire telling her to breathe.
No, but she might have a beef with Nikki right now.
Nice
Does-
spine buster there from Nikki.
As we get the hits from NIKKI Bella.
I was gonna say, like, these last couple of matches, her in ring has kind of impressed me a bit.
Well, she needs to bring it. It's a different division now.
Exactly.
As she has found out from the foot of ALBA FYRE.
And the forearm of Piper Niven.
Now the elbow of Piper Niven. That looked rough.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
I mean, I wonder what the perception on opinion of wrestling in a suit and tie does for Alba and Piper.
I don't know, but maybe somebody should go back and ask Mr. Hughes.
No, I'd rather ask Piper and Alba.
Yeah, me too. I mean, IRS had kind of done the same thing, and
Yep.
he stated he'd never really liked doing it.
No.
Well, so did the right to censor.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I said suit and
Mhm.
tie. Those individuals didn't have a suit on.
They did not.
And I believe Mr. Hughes actually took a suit jacket off.
He did. He used to take it off and hand it over to Harvey Whippleman. So, but I can't imagine that it's too not. It's probably way too warm underneath the ring lights to be wrestling in those kind of suits. To be honest with you. This is some smart tag team wrestling by Chelsea, Naomi, and the Secret Harvest by keeping Naomi on their side of the ring.
You mean Nikki?
Yeah, sorry, Nikki.
I mean, we now have 2 stars of the show Total Divas in the ring as Naomi is beating up NIKKI Bella right now.
Yes.
Who
I
in
am proud to-
2025 thought we'd be able to say that line?
And I'm proud to say I've never watched an episode of Total Divas.
We know that's a lie. We know you're the only one who's bought it on VHS.
He DVR'd every single episode.
Oh, come on. We got to go old school. He
Yeah.
has it on beta.
He has it on Laserdisc.
How is Laserdisc older than Beta?
It's an outdated technology. It became outdated just as fast as the Betamax did.
But was it before Beta?
No.
Point made, Your Honor.
Okay, he still needs to. He has a film projector filled with episodes.
If he had a drive-in movie, it would only be playing Total Divas. But Io Sky's in the ring now against ALBA FYRE.
That overhead shot kind of tripped me out a little bit because I saw what was ultimately Naomi's gear on the one side of the ring, and I'm like, wait, who's laid out at the other side of the ring? All 8 women are still standing.
This is where we tell our audience, don't do drugs. You may have a weird way of watching Raw on Netflix. Snap into a Slim Jim.
A beautiful enziguri there from Chelsea Green. I believe we have yet to see Stephanie VAQUER in this match.
You'd be correct on saying that.
Yep.
Leads me to expect she will most likely win this match for her team. And I might even say it's on ALBA FYRE. The confidence of Naomi in that ring now.
Right?
And just the ring awareness that she has clearly taken a turn on her road of becoming champion. And it's a road not everyone shall travel. But she'll be the first one to tell you to proceed with caution.
This was the Naomi I wanted to see as a heel when she formed Team Bad. I really wanted to see this Naomi as a heel at that point.
Oh, there it goes. Stephanie's involved in the match.
Yep.
Nope.
And ALBA FYRE is taking off her suit jacket. Beautiful black hole slam there from Piper Niven.
I was just going to say, I love how they're showcasing Piper's dominance in this match.
Stephanie VAQUER now taking down everyone, but the only one to somehow find a second of hope was NAOMI, as she is now eating headbutts. Guys ready to see a devil's kiss?
I
Yep.
believe I am.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the way Chelsea took that.
I'm not gonna lie what Corey Graves said. The Bella Buster.
Well, looks like Naomi's gonna take a walk here.
She's gonna just remind everybody how to proceed with caution. But the roadblock of Io Sky is one you just can't avoid.
Who are the legal women in this match? Is it still Stephanie VAQUER on the one side?
Yeah, and Chelsea Green.
Okay. Now, this is a match I wouldn't mind seeing. That was a very entertaining 8-woman tag match. I loved it.
Yes.
Stephanie VAQUER gets the pinfall over Chelsea Green. I will say, if we are going to be led with a Charlotte Alexa tag team, could we not get a RHEA and Stephanie VAQUER tag team?
Oh, can you imagine how dominant they'd be?
I mean, they very well could give a whole different meaning to the term Changan, but we are getting reminded about how LWO became #1 contenders. Or is this the Miller? Oh, no, we're not. This is the El Grande Americano as well. And how the new portrayal could not be what American Made wanted. As we then saw the LWO pick up the win. Or those are. We finally got more seeds now with Roxanne and Tom, I guess.
Yep.
As WWE is showcasing their WWE Super Show in Mexico this past weekend, we saw the return of one Rey Mysterio, as well as some AAA involvement.
Penta getting a WrestleMania-like entrance there.
It reminds me a lot of Rey Mysterio's entrance at WrestleMania 22.
Oh, yeah.
As we're about to get the Tag Team Championship match, as LWO is awaiting the arrival of Judgment Day's own Finn Balor and JD McDonough. So how do you guys feel going into this tag team matchup?
I still think we're going to get that surprise, and the LWO is going to take the tag team championships tonight.
I think, again, you just put the belts back on the Judgment Day. I think they need to have a good run. You've already cut the War Raiders run short. You cut the New Day's run short. I think Judgment Day holds on to it.
The one thing Judgment Day is doing that those teams didn't do are representing the tag team titles in a defense right after they won the title. But there has been this emphasis on the Raw tag titles lately. And there has been an emphasis with action.
Was I seeing Joe Hendry on that little graphic for the SummerSlam takeover this weekend?
No, that was Balls Mahoney.
Okay.
But if you believe enough, Joe Hendry will appear.
Right. Day in, day out, I believe in Joe Hendry.
You got to clap. Well, now that we know you have the clap, Joe Hendry will appear at the Superstar show. All right. A very awkward backstage segment. Not really awkward, but the timing was a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
And this tag team match is getting that epic introduction. And here we go.
Corkscrew elbow in the center of the ring there from Joaquin Wilde, I believe that is.
Yep. I just expect a lot of speed out of these four gentlemen in this match.
Yep.
But if everybody actually wants to catch WWE speed, make sure you check out X every Wednesday. LWO definitely emphasizing the quick tags, getting in and out, so they not only stay fresh, but stay unpredictable in their attacks.
Well, that's a different way to do the lion salt, using the bottom rope instead of the middle rope.
Right?
Won't see that in many independent shows. But Mendoza could not keep the Irish Ace down as he was able to make the tag to Finn Balor. Now Judgment Day has taken their turn on doing some quick tags.
Right now, it seems like every time that Judgment Day have some sort of attack, the LWO is one step ahead of them on this one.
And this is a different LWO than we're used to. Normally we see this tag team kind of just fade to black when it comes to these big moments. But now that Wilde and Mendoza have a chance to showcase and take that spotlight, they are not letting it go. They're taking full advantage.
Now, we heard from the New Day earlier. We haven't seen much of the War Raiders of late. We haven't seen anything or heard anything from American Made, could we expect some outside interference from any of those other three teams in this match, or do we get?
It's something I wouldn't be too opposed to if you want to start building the Raw tag team division. I mean, it's almost similar to what they did over in the SmackDown tag division, but it could work over on Raw as well. If you want to really showcase just how hungry all those all those other tag teams are, we could even very well see the New Day make their presence felt in this match.
And let's not forget, just when they do come back, we have New Catch Republic as well on the Raw side. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate could very well also be that extra ingredient to what could be an absolute main course of tag team action here on Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm. The one thing I would like to see, and we've seen it on SmackDown, is tag teams just fight, male tag teams just fighting other male tag teams just for the sake of it.
To get the one up in the division, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just a little bit of competition, I think, goes a long way. And I think that would definitely help the Raw tag division just kind of as a whole really look like it's being utilized a lot more.
Mm-hmm. And I could honestly say the same thing for the women's tag team divisions on actually all three brands, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown.
And I actually have to correct you best from what we said earlier about Kabuki Warriors being in the match with Alexa Bliss and all that Evolution. The Kabuki Warriors are actually the Raw representation in the tag team title match at Evolution with Raquel.
Right. Yeah.
So OMD was correct with the Monday Night Raw #1 contenders.
But that is one thing I was thinking about with the women's tag titles. I kind of want to see a little bit more representation down on NXT as well.
Yeah, it kind of boggled my mind to why they got rid of their women's tag team titles. But I get it, as long as there's equal representation in all three brands for them.
Yeah. And I think in that situation, Charlotte and Alexa, who both truly got their start there, can go and do it. I know we saw Sasha and Bayley a few years ago as women's tag champs, and they only went once or twice to do it.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with Bianca and Jay. So I think that Charlotte and Alexa really need to bring that back to the forefront.
If they were to win the titles, right?
Yeah.
And I also want to apologize for my massive incorrection. It's not Raul Mendoza. It's Cruz del Toro.
You were mentioning his shoot name, so we let it slide.
Well, he was Raul Mendoza at one point in WWE.
Yeah, he was. I mean, sometimes I call Walking Wild Zima Ion because that's how I, first seen him.
Yep.
Just shows you, Vince. We don't like these name changes. That's why you're not in power anymore, man. You confused us. There. We settled our dumbness.
There we go.
We blame Vince.
Well, right now, we're just getting a heck of a tag team title match right here. I love just how hungry the LWO seem to be in this match, and they're doing everything and anything they can to try and take the Judgment Day down. And the same goes for the Judgment Day, and just how hungry they are for keeping the tag team titles. And there's El Grande Americano. And there's Dragon Lee.
But does this open the door for Dominic Mysterio?
That's, I started looking for him, but
I
don't see him. Oh, JD almost tried to use the belt there.
Yeah.
Oh, who is that?
Dom Mysterio.
Well, the Judgment Day have taken the win here through nefarious means. So that, to me, says that the LWO could very well get a rematch somewhere down the line.
Well, I don't know who Nefarious is, but I don't like him. But we saw somebody dressed up as an imposter of El Grande Americano to do the same thing as the real El Grande Americano. So I don't know if he was the venti version or whatever you want to call it, Starbucks, but something's going on. And I'm taking my talents to second cup. They tell me the truth.
But you know where you don't have to take your talents to? Or where we would like you to take your talents to?
Tell me.
Over to the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, where we want you. Take a look.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Yeah, and you can find all of that information just over at turnbucklestudios.org, whether it's you just want to come and check out some of the various shows we've got, or if you just want to meet the team, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be. I like what they're doing with these 3-minute commercials now. We're actually getting like highlights and clips and some interviews. It's kind of the thing that I said that they should be doing.
Yep.
Yeah, with the exception of Sheamus needing to walk around the ring for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
No, we are now getting the Bulgarian brute, Rusev, talking with the most relevant man in his own mind, Byron Saxton. Okay, line of the night. I can see right through you, and that's not because you're pale.
Not gonna lie, I laughed at that, and I laughed at when he called Brooklyn the armpit of America.
And next Monday we get Sheamus Rusev 3.
As Mr. Abogan says, who is the mask guy? Maybe it was you. We have not seen you for a while. You went away. Where were you? Well, Bogan. Where?
Yeah.
The LJN figures are coming back, available at Target in the US. I'm gonna look when they get released. I'm gonna go to Walmart and see if they have them there.
Well, as you just said, Target in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Did that mean Walmart in Canada?
It's very possible. As the ring general, Gunther makes his way to the ring right now to address CM Punk.
Gotta love the golden graphics that he has now. Because he's the champion.
Yep.
Okay, but let's have a little fun game as we await Gunther getting in the ring and then the clear interruption that's going to come from CM Punk. For maybe the next commercial, let's think about who could have been that masked guy that Terry has asked us. Gunther saying that he won last week as he went toe-to-toe on the microphone with CM Punk and left the voice of the voiceless speechless. But did he really? Did he?
I'm going to say no because it feels like he just fed more ammo for Punk to say.
Gunther doing his best Chris Jericho and saying he made him shut the hell up. That's right. Can't.
All for, as you called, Parrish, the predictable interruption from CM Punk.
Who's sporting a new CM Punk t-shirt?
He is. And I'm digging it.
Yeah, the colors on the shirt are kind of a nice throwback to his days as the leader of the Nexus.
Yes. And the tribute to Hulk Hogan with the red in there.
Is that red or pink? Oh, it is red. Somehow I don't think CM Punk is giving a tribute to Hulk Hogan.
No, the red may be a tribute to the color of the stars on the Chicago flag.
I need to be World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, I'm sure that was hard for him to say.
It just every Monday night when Punk cuts a promo, I just leave thinking, damn.
Right? What a promo, and very, very pointed words from CM Punk.
And how ironic was it that Gunther comes out celebrating that he went toe-to-toe on the microphone, only to be the one this week left speechless when CM Punk prevented the champion from talking. Because it doesn't matter about the one time Gunther did something.
Mm-hmm.
He's battling someone who has done it multiple times. And even though Gunther is on his way to a Hall of Fame career, CM Punk is just adding to what already is.
But as right now, we're getting the rundown for SummerSlam. If you want to hear our predictions, guys, all you got to do is just go back to OMD's channel and check out the Locker Room Breakdown.
Yes, and thank you, gentlemen, again for joining me on the Locker Room Breakdown tonight. It was greatly, greatly appreciated. Always a pleasure to have you both on there.
Return it. You know you want to. Now, we asked, who do you think was behind the mask of the man who helped the Judgment Day retain? Now, I've been told that Pete Dunne very well could have been that guy. What do you guys think?
You might be onto something there because it did the height of the gentleman did seem to be around Pete Dunne's height. When you had said Dominic earlier, it seemed too short to be Dominic.
Yeah.
But I also went to Chad Gable because isn't Gable, how long is Gable supposed to be out for?
He is still out. He was actually spotted at a baseball game just yesterday, still supporting that sling on his shoulder. And I must confess, that was not me saying Pete Dunne. That was actually our good old friend Bulk Bogan. He didn't say it in the chat, but he did message me.
You know, when you mentioned Pete Dunne, it did bring me to somebody else who has been out for a while, that being one Ilya Dragunov.
I mean, that's true too. We haven't seen Dragunov in well over a year almost, right?
But Dragunov does have the facial hair, and I think that would have been a little bit more evident.
Dragunov could have shaved it off, though.
Could have. And as well, the mask covered the chin.
Did it?
It didn't, actually.
No?
No, it had the chin strap. the chin trap that it was a very Rey Mysterio-esque type mask.
I mean, for all we know, it could have been somebody from AAA that showed up.
Exactly.
I still think it could have been her friend Bulk Bogan. He was away for a while.
He was.
He did.
Then again, we haven't seen Bobby's stats in a while, so maybe, just maybe, it was him.
That's right. And I mean, Bulkster's home in Indiana is not that far from Detroit, so I mean, he could be hiding in Detroit and just watching us on his phone tonight.
I mean, very much.
I mean, not that he would shave off that epic beard, but we've been missing one Karl Karufel lately as well.
He definitely would not shave that off. Definitely would not. And Karl is definitely not that short. I love how even the Titantron is pumping.
I mean, is Bubba really at work too?
Yes.
I was too lean to be Bubba. Bubba's a little too stocky for that, to pull that off.
What do you mean stocky? You doing a little shaming?
No, not at all. I love Bubba, but
You love Bubba, but you couldn't return the kiss blow? Come on. I made you do that on
there you
screen.
go.
Winning.
Big Bronson Reed about to enter the ring for the main event of the evening.
And we are about to enter the 38th annual SummerSlam, which means 2 years, we're going to have the 40th. Do you expect something big for the 40th?
100%.
I hope so.
Me as well.
We know that this year's SummerSlam, the first two night from New York, New Jersey. Next year's SummerSlam will emanate from Minnesota. Do we see SummerSlam 40 from Dallas and Cowboys Stadium?
I wouldn't be surprised if we see the next WrestleMania going back to New Orleans. But we do know Indianapolis is in store for a WrestleMania, so that also could be a very valid contender as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Indianapolis, I believe, also has a SummerSlam on their horizon.
Yes, I believe they have the year after next year.
Wasn't there some sort of deal with Indianapolis, or am I thinking Minneapolis, where they were going to get the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam?
No, you're right.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
because
Survivor Series.
except that was no, it wasn't all 4. It was 3.
Mm-hmm.
SummerSlam may not have actually been a part of that. But then again, it could have been SummerSlam, Survivor Series, WrestleMania.
It was a
But they got-
5-year. It was a
they got a
5-year
Rumble.
deal.
Yeah. But as we know, Indianapolis was a part of the Royal Rumble this year. As you know.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it does say it too. Well, I wasn't sure.
But it wouldn't surprise me if somewhere down the line we see the Survivor Series get included into those deals, now that it seems that they're going to stadiums with that show now.
Yeah, and it could also just be in due time before that and the Royal Rumble goes 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
As CM Punk even asked Jey Uso and when Jacob fought 2 at Comic-Con if it was true, whether or not starting next year we're going to get both a men's, a women's, and a Samoan's Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So it is a SummerSlam and a WrestleMania in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Don't come.
I think a Royal Rumble was part of it because they did get it
Yes.
this year. Yeah.
Which really excites me because Indianapolis really is not that far for us to travel to one day.
It isn't.
It's just a matter of getting the money for the tickets. That's the problem.
Yep.
As we head to what very well could be the final quote-unquote Netflix commercial, we're in the main event of Bronson Reed and Jey Uso. And we all know that Roman Reigns is in the house. We have not seen him tonight. We know we will see him later tonight. It is just a matter of time. But how do we feel this match is going to fare?
I get the feeling that when that interference does take place, or even if it does happen at all, it'll be because Jey Uso has the upper hand on Bronson Reed, leading to Braun Breaker coming out, and then it becomes a numbers game against Jey, and then that's when we see the OTC make his presence felt.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to go exactly that route too.
But right now, it doesn't look like Jey Uso is going to be getting that upper hand anytime soon.
And Paul Heyman just leaned over the commentary desk on Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank briefcase. As we get Jey starting to fight back.
Bronson Reed? No, I grabbed his head. Grabbed the whole head. Now we have to point out that Bronson Reed is part Samoan, but he is not a part of that Samoan dynasty that is Jey Uso's bloodline.
He is not.
And the term suicide dive is back. Not tope suicina.
Braun Breaker running full steam down that aisle lane.
No.
Spearing Jay just out of his shoes.
And you called it best as soon as Jay started getting the upper hand.
Duh, 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 duh.
I like how the crowd is already looking down the aisle for the OTC.
Well, I have a right to.
I like how Roman's looking around like, oh, no more?
I need somebody to do a flip. Jay, get up.
Not at all what I expected out of that.
Right?
Is this to show that they are different?
This isn't WrestleMania season. Oh, he's pointing at the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
For a second, I thought he was doing the WrestleMania sign point.
Well, he very well could main event WrestleMania next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Braun Breaker is my early pick for the Royal Rumble next year.
I mean, we talked about how much of a beast Brock Lesnar is, but Braun Breaker's a beast as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, talk about a match that might be fun to watch, and that is Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker.
Right?
But how intense would a Braun Breaker Roman Reigns match be when it happens?
Just take my money.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, just take my money. I get a feeling it's going to happen at Clash in Paris. So. So now the story we've got going into this match on at SummerSlam is what kind of condition are both Jay and Roman going to be in?
My guess is a fighting mood.
Yep.
Braun Breaker's going to the outside after chucking Roman out.
And spearing both of them through the barricade. Is it just me right now? And I'm just going to point this out, but is it me that, or is that barricade now becoming the new Spanish announce table?
No, I'm with you.
Well, only when the Spanish announce table isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking off Roman's shoes.
If I'm Bronson right now, I'm wondering how much could I get for those shoes on eBay?
Right.
And here we are wondering, why in the blue hell are you going to eBay?
Well, do you know of any other famous auction sites?
Yeah. Craigslist.
That's too creepy.
Well, you are ripping another man's shoes off on national TV.
Right.
You're kind of going there. But where we're going is a place that's called the Finish Line, because that is the end of Monday Night Raw. So, in a little thing that is starting to become a thing, but let's go around the patrol and ask OMD, for starters, what your final thoughts of Monday Night Raw was. What was your highlight? Where can the people find you, and what do you have going on?
This was a fantastic show, although a little too promo heavy for my liking. But we got to where we needed to go. For me, my highlight was that 8-woman tag. looked at one point to me like it was going to become a cluster, but the way they finished that off was beautiful. And everybody got in there. Everybody really got equal opportunity. You really showcased Chelsea Green, the Secret Hervist, NIKKI Bella. And I was great with that. I can't wait to see what Friday night has in store and what SummerSlam has in store this weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for me on the socials, you can follow me at my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show. Visually, tomorrow night, 8:05 Eastern, with Mr. Best and Mr. Karufel on Turnbuckle Talk.
Best will now turn it to you.
Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with OMD that 8-woman tag match was fantastic. But for me, it was the tag team title match that I really enjoyed even more. I like the fact that we were getting a tag team that you normally wouldn't even see in that tag team championship picture getting the shot. So it now leads me to believe that there is going to be something further with the LWO and maybe American made. And I talked about this earlier, how I wouldn't mind seeing tag teams going at it just to jockey for position to get that, to go for that number one contendership. The surprise for that masked man coming out, that just added more mystery to this whole what's going on in the Raw tag team division. But if you want to look for me, guys, you can find me at my link tree, linktr.ee/Chris_best83. And as OMD alluded to, tomorrow you can find me 8:05 Eastern alongside OMD and Karl Karufel, where we do Turnbuckle Talk, and we will be doing our tribute to the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan, on tomorrow night's show.
Awesome stuff. And for me, I really enjoyed just the segment. Keep it simple for me. The segments that we got, whether it was CM Punk and Gunther, and that really elevated the frustration with Gunther wanting to shut CM Punk up now in a physical form, because CM Punk completely shut up Gunther in a vocal form. I now want to see that match even more. And then we go to Bayley and her unwillingness to know what's next. She doesn't know what to do next. She's lost her opportunity at multiple titles now. She doesn't know. But then we go to the Intercontinental title scene, and that brings us Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. Lyra showing that she is not falling for any of the tricks that Becky Lynch has, which means, has the student become the teacher? And then on the men's side, we have Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles. AJ Styles was pushed and pushed and pushed until he was able to get one-on-one with Dominic Mysterio. Is that a foreshadow? Or are we setting ourselves up for a new Intercontinental Champion at SummerSlam? We will have to wait. And that is when we get to night one of SummerSlam, where if you want to find me, you can watch me on the beautiful sponsor of the Chris Parrish podcast at Beercade YEG, located at 105 482nd Ave. And you can help support them on Facebook. You can help support them on the X, and you can also do it on the Instagram. But over on Sunday, you can check me out at the Chris Parrish podcast for episode 89. Sorry, 88. Oh my God, I'm getting ahead of myself. And then you can also check me out at the PLE Patrol on night 2 on Sunday. So that is where you can find me. That's what I have going on. Best, I'll now put it back to you.
OMD, what are those famous words we'd like to go out on?
Ladies and gentlemen, the world is a scary place. Take care of each other. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.